Okay, so boom, we are starting right off with skin protector. So this is supposed to wipe off all the excess products on your forehead and also to protect you from the glue. Usually if your skin is sensitive, for example, it protects your skin, and even if you are not sensitive, please use a skin protector as it will go a long way. Now my wig is from Justlin Hair Wigs, and this time around I decided to purchase it straight away from the vendor. So it comes already styled, okay, and you can already see that there's a lot of pins pinned on the hair to leave the curls, and this is how the lace looks like. Knots have already been bleached and the hairline has already been plugged and styled. So ultimately this wig is already styled. All I need to know is just to glue it down, and that is why we are here. Now tell me why I used a highlighter to mark the hairline, because I wanted to see where I will be applying the glue, and I went ahead to use a highlighter. I shouldn't have used it, okay. I'm going to tell you why alongside. So I'm using Justlin lace glue to do my gluing, and I'm using tiny dots, and I'm using my comb to spread the glue. Make sure that the glue is well spread across all the areas you want the lace to stick, and I'm drying it down to make sure that the glue is very clear, and you can see that it's clear here. Please don't ask me why the dryer is like that. And then before I stuck the wig on, I should have cleaned the highlighter. You can see that the highlighter has actually stained the lace, and already I didn't clean the highlighter from my forehead before sticking the glue on, before sticking the lace on, and it was quite a job for me. As much as it wasn't stressful, it took way longer for me to actually get rid of everything before I was satisfied with the hair. And so I would advise that if you want to mark your hairline, please don't use a highlighter, otherwise it's going to stain. Or if you use a highlighter, make sure you are cleaning the highlighter before you stick on the lace on your forehead. Then I went ahead to melt the lace for about 10 minutes, and I removed it and went ahead to do my cutting. Now with the cutting, I'm cutting it into 3 different sections so that I'll be able to, it will be very easy for me to do the cutting. And you can clearly see that I'm doing the cutting in zigzag motion. The zigzag motion helps to make the hairline be as close to natural as possible, even though we are trying to aim at it being natural. And so as much as it won't be 100% natural, it will mimic it being a natural, okay. And so I cut it just as I would, and then I'm going to use an alcohol to kind of wipe off the highlighter. And because I didn't clean it, the placement of the lace came all the way to where the highlighter was, and so that's why I'm saying that it was a little difficult for me to get rid of everything. It took me way more time, even though I was able to finesse my way through. It took me way more time than it should have. So please be wary if you're using a highlighter. There's an alternative way to mark the hairline. I'm not sure which product it is, but I'll find out and let you know, okay. And then I still went ahead to use the alcohol to try to wipe off the highlighter as much as possible. And then I went ahead to use my contour palette from Juvia's place, and then Ebin melting spray to kind of dab onto the hairline so that at least it will get rid of the highlighter and then also melt the lace, okay. So even if nothing stains onto your lace, you still have to go through this process when you are installing a hair, okay. And over here, I'm just trying to pump some of the melting spray into the lid of the container, and then I am dabbing it with a brush. You can dab it with your fingers, but over here I'm using a brush. I realized that the brush kind of picks up more product so that it allows you to really go into the hairline. And then I'm using the tail of my comb and a dryer to dry down the lace until it is completely dried before I will melt my hairline. I told you not to ask me about the dryer, okay. I showed it on my live one day and somebody said it's BB or dryer. Can you believe that? Anyway, so I made sure to melt it for about 10 to 15 minutes again, and you can still see the whitish substance on my hairline. It is still coming from the highlighter. It's something I really regret. That's why I keep hammering on it. So I went ahead to use this pencil from Miss Lorette's, and then I just tried to shade it or like smoke it so that it will really hide it. It didn't really hide it completely, but at least it got rid of the whitish substance. So if you are very, very close to me, you would see that there's a little bit of whitish shadow but and if I'm way back, you won't see. So at least it got solved to a certain extent, and I loved how it came out. I went ahead to remove the pins from it. It was a lot, so my husband stepped in to help me. Yeah, thank you very much. And then I used this white tooth comb to comb out the curls. You can see how bouncy it is. I got this wig for 2,800 Ghana cedis from Justlin. It was actually on discount, and I loved it. I love the Lagos hairline, so I just thought, okay, let me just try something on myself first before I go ahead and maybe buy something more expensive, if I should put it. And this year, I've already told you that I'm going to do more hair tutorials, especially when it comes to wigs, bundles, and what have you. As for braiding, nobody can convince me to braid my hair unless I'm being paid for it. If I'm not being paid for braiding, I'm not going to braid my hair because there's too much heat in the system, and I don't like hairs touching me all over my neck and all over. So when it comes to braiding, party, unless I'm being paid for it. But we are going to die on this hill of wigs together in 2025. Okay, so when I use my concealer to sharpen the hairline, I use the tint spray to kind of reduce the spread, and this is how it looks outside when I went to an event. I think it came out very, very cute. I love how it looked. Everybody kept complimenting me, oh, your hair, your hair, your hair. I also went ahead to style it differently by changing the part, and this is how it came out. Very nice, very demure. I also used it to do another video, and I parted the line at the center, and it came out perfect. So one thing about curly hair, frontal hair, you can place the pattern at any point where you love and appreciate or like desire. And yeah, basically that is how this installation went. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be glad to answer. I'll also list all the products in the description box. I'm going to see you soon. Do take care. Saturdays are going to be for hair tutorials, and Wednesday for our how-to videos, okay, and vlogs on Wednesdays. All right, I'm going to see you soon. Take care. Bye. Mwah.